Welcome to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BID Podcast, where everybody eats. The BID Podcast is brought to you by the College of Southern Nevada's Small Business Entrepreneurship Development, powered by CSN Blackstone Launchpad. Are you ready to eat? Because this is where everybody eats. Welcome to the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BID Podcast, where everybody eats, powered by Blackstone Launchpad at the College of Southern Nevada. We are your hosts, Sean Torrey and Mr. Cordon Allen, the Don himself. How you doing, sir?
Feeling cozy, you know?
Man.
I don't know if they can see it. There we go. It's a little sample I've been working on.
Little sample?
Nothing crazy.
Cozy University?
Might release to the public, might not. This might be your only time you ever see it.
It's just something cozy you've been working on, huh?
Yeah, it's got some cherries on my feet. Nothing crazy. What about you? I see you with the UQ on.
Yeah, I'm feeling
custom hat on.
Feeling unconquerable. I got my Tony crown on, you know, and just something
with
relaxing.
The pandas on feet.
With the pandas on the feet. Just something relaxing today. Something relaxing. Our guest looks lovely today as well. Love your outfit, ma'am. Yes,
Thank
indeed. Yes. Today's episode is called The Detox, with a special guest who's excited to discuss the importance of skilled relationship life coaching and what it means to be a BreathWork Detox facilitator. I had to look this up because I'd never heard what it was, but then when I seen it, I was like, oh, I seen that. I just didn't know that was the title, you know? So our guest is a renowned motivational speaker, podcast host, the Elisa Fucci Show, and an internationally acclaimed best-selling author. Come on now. She is also a skilled relationship life coach and a certified BreathWork Detox facilitator. Our guest specializes in empowering women to break free from reoccurring painful relationship patterns, facilitating heart healing, and teaching effective communication skills. Additionally, she offers practical strategies to rebuild connection and nurture relationships resilience. Ladies, gentlemen, everyone across the world watching this podcast, our beautiful guest, Elisa Fucci.
Thank you.
You like the intro? Was it
yes. Thank you so much.
No problem. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here.
Well, thank you. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
So
we're gonna kick things off. We're talking about the blueprint.
Okay.
Where everything started for you. Essentially, you know, the blueprint that gives you like the flow of every measurement of how this worked out. So what is the blueprint for Miss Elisa Fucci?
Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a few little things. I'm originally from Argentina, I moved here in 96 with my family in search of the American dream.
Right.
So actually we moved to Utah. I've been here in Vegas for 7-8 years. Okay. And I'm loving it. I don't love the snow. So this is good. This is good. So that's kind of the beginning of my journey moving to the U.S. But what really got me into relationship life coach was when I was 19, I married my boyfriend. Yeah. Because we got pregnant.
Oh, okay. Got you.
We were making the best out of things, right? So we got into the relationship, into the marriage with those circumstances.
Right.
Little kids trying to raise a little kid.
Right.
So we tried it for 11 years, and after 11 years, we got divorced.
Okay.
Our differences were too much.
Right.
He's water, I'm oil,
right.
fire, ice,
right.
completely different.
Right.
I am religious, he's not. Super conservative, he's liberal.
Yeah.
So there was always power struggles in the relationship. Because if you put two people together, that's what happens. That are from different backgrounds, there tends to be problems. And if you don't know how to solve them, how to use each other's differences to balance each other out, it can create conflict. There's always a winner and a loser.
Right.
And because I'm the strong personality, I ended up winning. But you don't want to be in a relationship where you are the winner and your spouse is the loser. You don't want that. Right. So, but we ended up getting divorced after 11 years, and we were divorced for 3, and after that, we decided to give it another try.
Right.
So we became the 6% of people that remarry their exes.
That's crazy.
So 4 years into trying it out again, we were back into the same cycles, the same relationship cycles that you get in. You know, that dance that you're like, I don't like this dance, but you don't know how to get out of it.
Right.
That. And where you end up fighting, but then you fix it for a little bit, and then months, maybe years go by. You're okay. You're not happy, but you're okay.
Right.
And then it comes back up. And then it's all back to the surface. So we found ourselves there. And we were doing marriage counseling, therapy, and that wasn't working. So we were about to get separated for a second time.
Okay.
And I found life coaching, and it blew my mind. It taught me that pretty much it's a very simple concept that life is split, everything is split into 5 things. So you have circumstances, which are things you cannot change. The weather, what other people do, say, or do. And then you have your thoughts, which you are in control of. Your thoughts dictate how you feel. It creates a chemical reaction in your body, which is your emotions. When you have those emotions, you do something or you stop doing something. And when you do those actions or when you don't act on those things, you have results. So pretty much what that teaches you is that you don't have control over circumstances, but you have control over your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and therefore your results.
Gotcha.
And I was like, oh, so if I want to be happy in my marriage, I don't need to wait for my husband to go to therapy or to do the things that I want him to do. I can be happy in my marriage without waiting for him. Wait, how come nobody has told me this, right? You go to therapy and they tell you, tell each other how you feel. Tell each other what makes you happy and then do that. But that's placing your happiness in the hands of someone else who's imperfect and is bound to disappoint you and make mistakes and lead to frustration. So what I learned is if I want to be happy, it's in my hands, not in his hands.
Yep.
And if when I learned that, I was like, okay, everybody needs to hear this. All the people that are feeling hopeless in their relationships, waiting for their spouse to change, waiting for them to go to therapy, they don't have to wait anymore. They can just take action and empower themselves to do what it needs to do. But it's the inner work that most people don't want to do. It's the work that most people are like, why me? If you go in it with that attitude, then don't do it. Why not you? Why not you go through that change and evolve? I would never change having gone through all that. Because I am here today because of it.
Huge shout out to you. I love that story because it's great. When I saw a relationship life coach, he directly was like, oh, yeah, you got those questions. So because I used to be a therapist.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And one of the things that I used to tell people, especially my previous clients, was your partner's happiness is not their responsibility.
Nope.
And that's something a lot of people don't like to hear, but it's the reality. It's selfish to think you are the cause of my happiness. And it's like, no, if you can't be happy without your partner, you have a lot of work to do. And that's something that a lot of people struggle with. So I'm glad to hear you say it because it's something I tell people all the time. It's something me and my wife often talk about. We did talk about like early on in the relationship, even when we went to therapy before we get married, because we was like, yeah, we're going to make sure this is good.
Right.
That's awesome.
Those are the things you have to realize is I'm responsible for my happiness. She's responsible for hers. But while we're together, we're going to add to each other. And I think that's the difference people don't think about. So I love what you're doing.
Well said.
Thank you. Giving us that blueprint. We're going to go ahead into our next lovely section, which is business on the fly.
Yeah, so business on the fly, we ask you like some either or questions.
Okay.
And you pick your choice, but then afterwards you explain why you chose that. So the first question is audiobooks or physical copies?
Ooh, okay. Can I say both or do I have to choose?
You can say both and
Yeah,
just explain
but you
why.
just have to explain why.
By the way, I also brought you guys a book of my copy.
Oh,
Of
wow.
yeah, a copy of my book.
We
yeah.
got a gift.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
look
And
at
I'll
that.
autograph
Wow.
it too.
You gonna autograph it too?
Yeah.
She
yeah.
brought us a
Thank
gift. When the last time we got gifts? We always giving them.
We give gifts.
We give gifts.
But we've never had anybody bring
Give-
us
bring-
gifts.
Oh,
Bring
I'm
us gifts.
special.
Wow.
I like that.
Actually, I like
Okay.
Penny. Latasha did for penny cakes.
Okay.
She did.
Okay.
Seasons ago,
Oh.
but it's second time.
Shoot, next time I'll bring something,
First time,
something
season
to
3.
eat.
First time. Oh yes, first time for season 3. Anyone brought us anything?
All
Thank
right,
you.
all
There you
right.
go.
I'm glad. I would say both. I like to listen to books
Okay.
and then have the actual physical book so I can highlight and go
yeah.
back to it. It just makes it makes things stick longer and stay there. So for me, I would say both.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Both.
But it's easy to have the audiobook and
Right.
just play it and over again. Maybe go to sleep with it and just So
Got you.
yeah.
Okay. So, breathwork detox group or individual sessions?
Ooh, okay. I would say in group.
Okay.
Breathwork detox. So I'll kind of go over a little bit of what that is.
What is, yes.
Breathwork detox is a way to detoxify the body from stagnant energy, from emotional baggage, from limiting beliefs. If you think about it, your body has veins, right, that carry your blood up and down and circulate it and flush your body. Energy, we are energetic beings, right? We can produce up to 2,000 watts in our body.
Wow.
Okay, so we have energy flowing through us. Emotion is energy in motion. But how many of us know how to process an emotion? Most people don't.
They don't.
Most people feel whether it's a happy or bad or negative emotion, we don't know how to process it. Most people don't know. So what they do is we go, even if we're anxious, we go on our phone. We open the fridge. We look at porn. We go and exercise. We get into unhealthy relationships. We go on the internet and talk to people that are not the best thing for us, but it gives us something to focus our mind. It numbs us so we don't have to address the discomfort of those emotions. So breathwork detox is a way to use your diaphragm,
Right.
which is the center of all the channels that carry all that energy. So by flexing your diaphragm, if you think about it, most people, as we get adults, don't know how to breathe. But if you look at a baby, their bellies go up and down. They use, and you know this,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Being a brand new dad, their belly goes up and down. That's how we should be breathing, using our diaphragm.
Right.
But as we grow up and we have trauma, we start carrying everything on our shoulders, on our chest, and we start getting tense and more stressed. So we stop using our belly, our diaphragm, and we start using our chest, and we're not using the full capacity of our lungs to breathe.
Right.
So with breathwork detox, we are detoxifying your gut system and all your energetic channels. So then you can actually be more present, more clear-minded, release stress, release anxiety. So most people feel like high, because it is the body's natural way of feeling lighter,
Gotcha.
of feeling happier. So that's why it's so effective. Even doing 7 to 9 minutes will help you release that stress and anxiety and reduce that by at least 50%. So breathwork detox, I like it in group because you get the energy from everyone, making that session more powerful.
Makes sense.
And I like it better in person as well.
Oh, okay.
I've done both virtual and in person is more
It's just
personable.
more intimate. Yeah.
I do have a gift where I can tap into the people's energies. So it's it's easier for me to work and help them heal, facilitate that healing while they're breathing. So it's more powerful. So I would say breathwork detox in group.
In group. Okay. Okay. And next question for you. When it comes, so would you prefer life relationship coaching over therapy?
Oh my
or
gosh.
therapy.
I would say life coaching. I mean, I'm being biased. But I did go to therapy since I was 15. So I'm familiar with therapists and I'm familiar, but I feel like they're more limited to what they can do. Whereas coaching is all about empowering. And because we don't have the limitations that therapists have, we can help and create bigger change and faster results. So, life coaching.
And then last question, radio or podcasting?
Ooh, okay. I used to be a radio. I'm that old, okay? I used to put the cassette and hit record and record my songs. But now podcast. I don't consume a lot of podcasts though, because I like to be more original. So I feel like if I consume too much, I know a lot of other life coaches do a lot of consuming, like other life coaches podcasts. I like to just avoid that so I can speak my truth, stay original, and not copy anyone. So, but recently I've been bored out of my mind with like the same music on iTunes. I've been hitting like the radio, like the local radio stations, and it's just fun. I mean, going back to the commercials.
Right.
So I would say both on this one again.
Got you.
So.
All right. And thank you so much for that. We're going to transition to the legend. So the legend is, if you remember on the map, it's like that box that's on the corner. And we're going to get to the details of why, which like your industry in particular. So with breathwork detox in particular, is there like a national organization, or is it still kind of a new practice?
So breathwork is not a new practice. Okay. It's meditation on steroids. Meditation it requires maybe years for you to get to the point where you're in control of your thoughts and your body. Whereas with breathwork, you can gain that within minutes. The power over your mind, thoughts, and body just within minutes, and kind of get realigned with your heart, with your spirit, whatever you believe in, with the highest source. So the breathwork detox is a branch from breathwork. There's different modalities. There's bow breathing. There's different types of breathing. Breathwork detox is more intense. That's why it's called detox, because it's fast pace breathing. And I took a certification from Curtis Lee Thomas, and he's done work with Nike, with Tony Robbins, NASA. So I liked his style, but there's a lot of other different techniques for breath work. And I like incorporating it with coaching, because sometimes just talking about it doesn't work. Right. And I know you being a therapist, like talking about it for some people doesn't work.
No, you need to
have trauma, right?
Yes, you need to. There's the point where you have to go beyond the talking.
Yes.
You have to actually process with the work. So trust me, I definitely understand.
Yeah. You need something to get the body on the same page as your mind, because you can do all the coaching you want, all the therapy you want, but if you don't have your body's nervous system calm, you cannot you're going to continue to make the same patterns, the same mistakes, because your body's reaction is going to be faster than your brain.
Right.
So breathwork detox calms your nervous system, so your reacting time goes down, and it slows down, and then you are able to get back up faster. after you being triggered. So I like incorporating both to my practice because I want to give the best chance to my clients to be able to succeed in their relationships, succeed in their lives. So if that answered your question.
No, it definitely did, because you gave us like 2 gems that were like 2 reels, and I forgot to say it the first time.
Yeah, we got reels.
We got some reels from you, because you
Definitely
definitely hit that, especially when it came to the question of the group or individual. Oh yeah, but we gonna circle back on that. Cordon, it's on you.
So you talked about like how you became a relationship life coach, but that's from like experience. But how did you figure out that breath work was something that you could also make into a business? Like, where did that come
Also personal experience.
Yeah.
I walk the walk, okay? Is that how you say it? Is that
Yes, yes,
okay?
yes. You walk the walk, talk the talk.
Yes, yes, that.
Yes.
Sorry, I still don't know all the sayings.
Right.
Like, it's like, huh? Yes, that's it. That's it.
That's the one.
Everything I've done in my life is because, and everything I teach is because I've experienced it and I have mastered it. Trust me. Right. So BreathWork Detox came actually because I met someone, a co-author from my book, because it's an anthology where it's a group of women sharing how we were able to unleash the power within us to break free from those limiting beliefs. So it's stories of all these women having gone through suicide attempts, rape, and the loss of their baby, different circumstances where they were able to be in such a low place and break free and actually tap into their inner wisdom, inner energy, inner source, to break free and become better and help others now. So I met this other co-author, and she is a breathwork facilitator, and she asked me to join one of her classes, and I was like, want to do it. I had done it once at a networking event.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't think I want
It wasn't it for you?
No, it made me more anxious. I was like, this doesn't work. This is not for me.
Right.
You know, like tapping is not for me.
Right,
I know
right,
it's
right.
amazing for some people, not for me.
Right.
But I was like, okay, I'll try it. And actually during that time, I was just going through some like really hard moments. I suffer from depression, severe depression. I was diagnosed when I was 15, and anxiety. So part of being diagnosed is having those moments where you might be low, even if you have the tools. It's part of being a human,
Right.
having those things. So I was going through a hard moment, and I took the class, and after I finished the class, I was so clear on what I needed to do. And if you're familiar with depression, it fogs your thinking. It numbs all your senses.
Yep. It does.
What you think is true is not. Like you can't be rational when you're
Right.
depressed. So for someone that's depressed to get to the point in 45 minutes where they see things clear, you have a lot of energy without any medication,
Right.
without any drinks, right? Like that was amazing. I was like, I need to learn this.
Right.
I need to teach this, because I know so many other women that are struggling to get out. They have the tools, but they don't know how to get out. And they're like, what's wrong with me? And it's because of their bodies, their trauma response kicking in faster than they can actually go in and tap into the tools and take control over their thoughts, so they can manage their feelings and then react, right? So it was so powerful for me that I needed to learn how to do it. So I joined the certification and I started doing it, and it has been amazing for so many people.
That's beautiful.
That have taken the class. So yeah, love it.
My last question for you. What would you say to one of our Blackstone students who may be interested in life relationship coaching, or step into that realm where they're breath work? Because we do have students who do, because do you do the both or with your breathing as
Sounding?
well?
No, but
You
that's
sound-
powerful. I mean, I have music playing.
Oh,
The
music
type
playing.
of music that I play is selected
Is it
to
meditation with your chakras?
It's selected to trigger emotions.
Okay.
So there's Eminem, there's like
Okay.
everything in it. It's just to go through the roller coaster of emotions. So then they come up and you let them go.
Got you. So what would you say to our students who may not have the direct connection here, but what would you say to them as far as taking that leap of faith to get into that?
So to actually do it and teach it,
Yeah.
I would first say try it. Try it so you know how powerful it is
Right.
from experience. And it's all about, do you want to help others? I believe there's certain people that are called to be healers. And if you are called to be a healer, be prepared to be broken.
Right.
That's a real.
Man.
Because you have to experience all of it so then you can help others. If they're willing to do that, if they're willing to go through the obstacles and use the tools that they're learning so then they can help others, go for it. It is so rewarding. It can be heavy at times, especially with energy work. Breath work is all about energy work.
Right.
And sometimes it's heavy. Some of the women are experiencing loss, divorce, and it is very heavy. And I have to protect my energy so I don't carry that with me.
Right.
But feeling what they're feeling is hard. But it is also an honor for me to provide a safe space for them to just dump it and let it go. And then I just tie the bag and throw it in the trash.
Not throw it in the trash. Man, Miss Elisa, thank you so much for coming on to our show and just giving us the plethora of knowledge and giving it because I was really intrigued. I was like, I looked it up. I was like, okay, I've seen it before, but I just didn't really know the inner workings. And I love how you marry the two. So I really want to salute you on that. And with that being said, we have one last segment we're going to do, which is the happy hour, where we take a toast to fulfillment and success.
Okay,
So,
I like that.
Yes, this cup you get to keep, so make sure you tape it.
Okay.
What's one good thing that's happening for you right now, business or professional, that we could take a toast to?
Ooh, I just did an event here in Vegas. It was a speaking event, and it was amazing. So I'm looking forward to more events.
More events?
that I'm booking. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
How about you, sir?
Just gaining new knowledge almost every day, you know, finding new things about the podcast and about my clothing brand, screen printing in specific. I'm really excited about that. But yeah, those are the new things that's going on.
That's beautiful. For me, is finishing up this semester, like I said, finishing up this dissertation proposal to submit, and then be Dr. Tory.
Dr. Tory.
It's coming. It's almost time. It's
Yeah.
almost there. So that's what I'm toasting to.
Nice.
Yes,
almost time.
I'll toast to that.
Sweet.
Toast to this. Thank you. Toast, Ms. Ru.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, so refreshing. So refreshing.
It's hit different every time.
Every time. Every time. So, Miss Elisa, if you could look at that camera right there.
Okay.
That camera right there. Boom, 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 boom. That camera. And tell the people where they can find you, website, social handles, everything.
Ooh, okay, yeah. They can find me on Instagram. That's where I'm at the most, at Elisa _Fucci, FUCCI _ coaching. If you click the link on my bio, you can check out the next time I'm doing a breathwork session. I do those every month, and they're virtual. You can book a group coaching session. You can do a free consult with me, and all the links are there. So that would be the best place to find me.
Sounds good. Thank you so much again
Thanks
for coming
for
on to the
coming.
show.
Thank you for
I
having
love it.
me.
I love your energy.
Thank you.
Really
Can't
good
wait.
energy for sure.
It's the breath work.
That's the right. See, that's what I'm talking about. So thank you so much, Miss Elisa. It's been a pleasure having you. I'm praying for more success for you.
Thank you.
It's always an honor.
Thank
Have a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, This is the Business Information Buffet Podcast, also known as the BIB Podcast, where everybody eats. We are your host, Sean Torrey and Mr. Cordon Allen, and we are gone, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next time. Peace. Many blessings.